This presentation of the 2013 Detroit Autorama is brought to you by Pirelli Tire. Power is nothing without control. And by Eaton Detroit Spring, made in the USA in Detroit. Welcome to the 2013 Detroit Autorama, celebrating the 50-year anniversary of the Ridler Award. This, the most prestigious hot rod building award, is presented annually at America's Greatest Hot Rod Show here in Detroit. The first Don Ridler Trophy was awarded to Al Bergler in 1964 for his AA Bantam coupe race car called Aggravation.
I'm Al Bergler. I'm here at the 2013 Autorama. And I brought my restored dragster that won the first Ridler Award in 1964, 50 years ago. We raced that car from 1964 to 1967. We set about 6 national records with it. That car ran 184 on gas back in 1966. My first job was working in a used car lot at 50 cents an hour when I was 14 years old. The Ridler Award, this yellow car, I probably didn't have $5,000 in it when I built it originally, and now they spent $500,000 to $1 million to win the Ridler Award. It's that big a deal.
And each year since, hot rod builders have spent countless hours, effort, and money to compete and win this award. Over the years, there's been a wide variety of winning vehicles. Each year, 8 Ridler finalists are selected and presented with the very coveted Great 8 Award. This award itself has become even more desirable by combining the efforts of Championship Auto Shows Incorporated, Pirelli Tire, and legendary custom car designer and builder Chip Foose.
Pirelli is the sponsor now of the Grade 8 finalist, and if you are a contender for the Ridler Award, you first have to be a Grade 8 finalist. And they announce the Grade 8 finalists on Friday. This is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday show. They'll announce the winner of the Ridler Award on Sunday afternoon. But Friday is when Pirelli comes around with the judges, and there are 8 cars that are presented with a Grade 8 finalist award, and Pirelli gives them a $1,000 cash prize, and they get their award for being one of the Grade 8. To be a potential finalist, it has to be the first time the car is shown. There are 51 first-time shown cars here this weekend, and 8 of those cars have been picked to be a Ridler contender.
We found it 3 years ago. A guy had originally started the project and had quit on it, and we bought it from him and started to make the modifications to get it to look what it is today. I'm Alan Beers. This is a 1957 Chevy truck. The condition of the vehicle when I got it was a frame with a bed sitting on it and a cab, and that was it. My goal after coming 2 years ago was to compete and eventually try to get in the Grade 8 with something, and I wanted to do it with a truck because a truck has never won the Ridler before. Today they presented us with the Grade 8. This morning at 11 o'clock the judges came by, and it was just unbelievable. It's something that you only dream of, and it is quite an honor to get that. I'm Alan Beers, and I'm a backyard wrench head, and it feels so good to make the Grade 8.
My dad bought the car when I was 10 years old back in 1957, and we started it as a father-son project. Then he decided to build a new home, so the car went in storage, and it's been in storage for the last 50 years. I'm Ron Cizek. We're here at the Detroit Autorama 2013 with my 1940 Ford Coupe. When I started the rebuild, I actually had this car stored in a barn. I sold the property, and we got rid of the four-wheelers and the tractor and everything else, and the car was left back in the corner. So it was either get rid of it or finish it, and I just couldn't see after holding on to it for that long to get rid of it. And then I was looking for a body man, and that's where I ran across Andy Leach, who ended up building the car with me. And after I saw what he is capable of doing, it didn't take long before we started a hot rod shop together and decided to build a show car.
Previously, I worked for Troy Trepanier Rad Rides by Troy. Worked there for about 5 years and decided to come back home to Nebraska. And shortly after that is when I met Ron Cizek, and we partnered up and began the build on Checkered Past here. When we started on the car, it was in fairly rough shape. The car has a rich racing history, so it was beat up a little bit. The car has been wedge sectioned 1 inch in the front and 0 at the deck lid. A lot of the modifications are really subtle on the car. We didn't want anything real loud, but a true 40 Ford guy is going to look at it and know that it's been cut up and moved around. It would be really awesome if we won the Ridler. I mean, the first build out of the shop, and you know, it's in a car builder's world, that's always a dream, you know.
I'm standing here today in front of our 1956 Buick Special that we call Nailed. Hi, I'm Jorge Krannert from Rad Rides Mantino. We got a little shop south of Chicago, about 50 miles. Here we are at the 2013 Detroit Autorama. We built this car for Mark and Ellen Willman from Iowa, and it's kind of a neat story. He found this car just laying in a barn, and somebody said, hey, you know, if you pull it out of there, you can have it. The theme was be industrial about it. You know, so we got the slate gray paint job, and our goal at Rad Rides is to always show different finishes, different styles, because, you know, who wants to look at the same thing all the time? And we're big horsepower guys, so that's where the twin turbo nailhead came in, making 750 horsepower. You know, what we run across is a lot of guys like the look of the old car, but they're so terrible to drive stock, you know, they don't want to drive them. So now what we're doing is still retain that classic look, but are on modern drivetrains. And so now you've got the look of the car you want, but you've got something that you really want to get in and drive. We're known for use of colors, and you know, the slate gray, not that it's really odd, but it's the finishes that we did. You know, black nickel is what's on the bumpers, and satin black nickel, so we have brushed and shiny. But what we did, so we're not too repetitive, is we went up on the belt line and the window trim, and it's brushed stainless. So you've got a lot of different finishes. Like if you look from the roof down, the roof is actually darker than the side of the car. It's a little darker, not much, and then you have satin window trim, then the door handles black nickel with satin black buttons. So you have like 5 or 6 finishes all within about 2 feet, but as long as they're very subtle, they complement each other. And we try to set the trends, which is very hard now because there's even the garage built guy is doing a great job. So it's harder to set the trends and give people something different to look at each year.
It was originally a show truck 25 years ago. We got it out of a garage in Knoxville, Tennessee. Back 25 years ago, the show trucks were a lot different. You know, like the frame on the truck was actually a bright red with yellow pinstripe. But that was in a lot of gold plate stuff. Yeah, during the start of the build, we came up with some ideas on it and just went from one end to the other. I always like black, and we wanted to have something to give you kind of a night look, you know. So then for some reason or another, we just kind of thought the Reaper would be a neat name to have on a truck, and come up with something on that. And then we come up with these ideas of everything being dark, and then the red lights inside the truck give it all that look. Yeah, it's kind of like a red light district inside the truck, you know. So yeah, well, we were standing cleaning the truck, and the guy walks up, and I seen him coming with the plaques, you know, and you never know if you're going to be the one or not. So when he walked up, you know, and I said, oh my God, this is what we wanted. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
had us all stand in front of the stage, waiting for the Ridler announcement, and it seemed like it was an eternity. And we were stunned. I was stunned. I didn't expect it, to be real honest with you. And I found myself speechless for a moment, but
Still don't know what to think. It's a pretty awesome feeling. It's a dream come true ever since getting into cars. This is a car builder's dream. The car is going to go on tour throughout the country this year, and we got some really cool projects coming up. We're really excited about the future, and what a way to start with the first car out of the shop, winning the Ridler. It's pretty awesome. The last few days of the project were pretty nerve-wracking. It's one of those things you can get it done, but you always have little minor setbacks, and you just keep working through. And the last few days went without sleep for probably 3 days, but it doesn't matter. We got here and we won the Ridler, so it's perfect.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hutton, and I'm very blessed to be here at the Detroit Autorama, where we've just won the 50th Ridler Award. So for me, it's been a very blessed opportunity for me to work with a great group of guys. The car is actually painted in PPG's EnviroBase. It's a custom mix color that we were able to formulate, and actually it looks like it's a candy color, but believe it or not, it's a two-stage, and that's something that we're pretty excited about that we were able to achieve with the water-based paint. I've been a part of 3 different Ridler winners with 3 different builders. Boyd Coddington gave me my first opportunity to get into this industry. And Chip Foose, was the first gentleman that I got to work with to build our very first Ridler Award winner, and he gave me such a wonderful opportunity. I learned so much from him, then I was blessed to work with another dear friend of mine, Troy Trepanier, and we built the First Love, and now this one, with Andy Leach and the guys at Cal Automotive Creations. It's the friendships you build. And the trophies and the awards are awesome, and they mean so much, but what means more is building the dreams and making dreams a reality, for the builders and for the owners themselves, and to be a part of that, it means so much to me.
this is the trophy of trophies as far as I'm concerned in the hot rod world.